Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, let's get into it. Today we're tackling something maybe not super glamorous, but definitely critical. API limit errors and integrations. When everything just stops.
Ah, yes. The dreaded digital wall. Like trying to push too much data through too small a pipe all at once. The pipe just says nope.
Exactly. Usually with a nice, friendly 429, too many requests
Hmm.
message.
Yeah.
Fun times. So we've got some material here, bits from a database guide, some notes on integration challenges, troubleshooting stuff.
And our plan really is to use these to figure out, okay, why do these limits even exist? What's the real damage when you hit them? And crucially, how do you architect things, like proactively, so you don't hit them?
Right. Let's start with that pain point, hitting the wall. Our sources are clear, APIs, and like the Outforce REST API, people often mention they aren't unlimited.
Not at all. They have hard limits. Daily requests, how many you can fire off at the same time.
Yeah.
Concurrent requests, even how much data you can grab in one go.
And if you ignore those limits, bam, errors.
Yeah, that 429 is the classic warning sign. Slow down. But push too hard and, well, the upstream system might just buckle. You could even see Fivica server errors. The whole thing gets shaky.
And these aren't just minor hiccups, right? They hit performance hard.
Oh, yeah. Throughput drops, things slow down. The reliability of your whole integrated system is suddenly questionable. It's a real bottleneck.
Okay, so how do we avoid this mess? Proactive architecture seems to be the key takeaway from our sources.
Step one, and it sounds basic, but you'd be surprised. Know the limits. Actually read the API documentation. It's not just filler text. It tells you the rules of the road. What are the specific limits for this API?
And just knowing isn't enough. You've got to watch your usage.
Monitor, monitor, monitor. Track how many calls you're making.
Set up alerts, like those Salesforce API usage notifications one source mentioned.
Exactly. Get a warning before you're about to hit the ceiling. That's the goal. An early warning system for your integration.
Then there's efficiency. Don't make calls you don't need to make.
Right. Think about caching. If you just fetch some data and you know you'll need it again soon, keep a local copy. Don't ask the API for the same thing over and over. Saves your quota, reduces load. It's just smart.
And that efficiency idea flows right into batch processing, another big one from the sources.
Definitely. Instead of, say, 100 tiny requests.
Bundle them. Make one bigger request that does the work of those 100.
Yeah, the database guide talks about this for general efficiency, but for APIs, it directly cuts down your call count massively. Often that's the main limit you're fighting against.
Okay, here's something maybe less obvious. Rate limiting, but on your side.
Your integration needs to be smart enough to control its own speed. Don't just blast requests as fast as possible. Pace yourself. Make sure you're sending calls at a rate the API can actually handle, based on its documented limits. You manage the outflow.
But let's be real, even with perfect planning, stuff happens.
Right. Unexpected data spikes. Maybe the API itself has a blip. You might still hit a limit sometimes.
So you need good error handling. And when you get that 429 or maybe a temporary 5x.
Don't just immediately retry. That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
You'll just hit the wall again, harder.
Like yelling at the bouncer. Doesn't work.
Huh, exactly. The strategy everyone recommends, exponential backoff.
Meaning
You wait before retrying. If the retry fails, you wait longer. If that fails, wait even longer still. The delay increases exponentially, giving the API breathing room.
And the sources add some details there too, right? Like don't retry for it.
Yeah, set sensible limits, maximum number of retries, maximum wait time. Don't let it hang indefinitely.
And add jitter. What's that?
Jitter. It's adding a little bit of randomness to the wait time. Because if you don't, and say 10 integrations fail at the same time, they might all use the same back-off math and retry it the exact same microsecond later.
And slam the API all over again. Got it. Randomness prevents that synchronized retry storm.
Precisely. And, be smart about what you retry. A 429, yeah, probably retry. A 500, maybe. A 404, not found.
Probably not going to magically appear if you ask again 5 seconds later.
Exactly. Don't waste retries on errors that aren't temporary.
Okay, last piece. Becoming a detective. Monitoring and logs.
Absolutely crucial. Your API logs, access logs, error logs, they tell the story. What was called, what came back, when did it fail? You need that data.
In centralizing it helps, right? Got dashboards, aggregative logs.
Indispensable. Lets you see patterns, figure out why you're hitting limits. Not just that you're hitting them. Be proactive, not reactive.
So wrapping this up, what's the big picture from these sources? It seems like avoiding API limit errors is less about fixing failures and more about smart upfront design.
Totally. Know the rules. Watch your step with monitoring. Be efficient with caching and batching. Control your own request rate and have a smart plan B, like exponential backoff with jitter for when things do go sideways. It's architecture.
Which leaves us with a thought. As data volumes just keep exploding, big data and all that.
How does that sheer scale challenge these strategies we just talked about? Do they hold up, or do we need something more?
It's something to think about for your next integration challenge. Thanks for joining this deep dive.